We all know that at the end of the day, BioWare is going to continue going with representation, whether they say it or they don't. But the shills feel like the company has abandoned them. The shills feel like the company is no longer having their best interests at heart. Now, I made a video about this today that got 30,000 plus views and rising very quickly, but I only covered about maybe 8 minutes of that. I really wanted to do a full stream on this because there is so much content to be had here. There is so much information from the mind of a shill that I think we don't get to see too often, right? We get to see the positive, fake positive side of shilling, right? We get to see the Booty Adams side of shilling all the time. But we don't get to see the truth of the shills when they realize that the companies do not actually care about them. Because we try to tell them this all the time. We try to tell them, hey, BioWare doesn't care about you. BioWare doesn't care whether you're trans or whatever. They don't give a fuck, right? You guys know that. We all know that. But for some reason, the shills genuinely believed within their own heart, in their own souls, if they have any, that the company loved them so much and cared about them so much and their social cause. So now we are going to watch someone be genuinely heartbroken. And I warn you, the cringe is going to be over the top. Okay? Over the top. I'm not lying. Seriously, get your cringe suits ready. Put them on. Make sure you got level 3 grade, maximum grade suit. Put them on because you're going to need it for this. Bear with me. I know it starts off a little slow, but it's going to get good. So just bear with me, guys. Listen to the cope. Are we ready for the cope? Are we ready for the cope? I'm ready for the cope. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Where do I begin? Let's have a look at the layoffs, shall we? Boom. All right, so let's take a look at what BioWare said in their BioWare Studio update. I will read it for you and then I will translate it for you because this is corporate bullshit. So, BioWare Studio update. Hello, everyone. Get fucked. Today we are.
Jesus, you're so angry. Why? It's just a corporate message. Why are you so angry? Relax. You only read the first sentence. You're like, get fucked. Like, bro, you're not helping the trans anger stereotype. You're not helping it.
Turning towards the future and preparing for the next chapter in BioWare's story. As we announced in August 2023, we are changing how we build games to meet the needs of our upcoming projects and hold ourselves to the highest quality standards. Are you? Are you though? Let's fucking delve in further.
Oh my
now that Dragon Age
God, bro. She's... Yo, she's mad. She is mad, coping. Yo, we're only like 42 seconds in and I could feel the anger. I don't know about you guys, but I can literally feel the anger and the cope. Hold on, this deserves the clip.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the one time I've ever seen Eddie actually act anything close to a man in terms of just that silent rage on the inside. You know what I mean? Maybe they're taking some testosterone. I don't really know. Also, shout out to that super chat I got earlier saying they're giving me money and not Eddie, and that Eddie's going to stay at 0. Well, as you can clearly see, well, I don't know if you can see, but at the bottom here, their bar is 0 out of 100. It is what it is, bro. It's not my fault. That's not my fault.
Veilguard has been released. A core team at BioWare is developing the next Mass Effect game. So everybody who's telling you that BioWare is shutting down, fucking liars. Sorry.
We're not saying BioWare is shutting down. We're saying the BioWare Edmonton studio is shutting down. You know, the studio that actually is behind Veilguard. Who the fuck has said that BioWare is shutting down? When did anybody say BioWare was shutting down? Guys, are we serious right now? Are you fucking serious? We oh my God, man. You're not even trying. You're not even trying.
BioWare is now transitioning from having multiple projects all at once to having one project at a time. I think it was Mark Dara made a video about it on YouTube, I think, showing the structure of how BioWare has moved throughout the years, going from working on multiple projects at once. So like when a game finished, the devs would start work on like DLCs and stuff. We know that Veilguard isn't going to have any DLCs and stuff. Like they've pretty much put Dragon Age to bed at this point to fully focus on Mass Effect. So
keep in mind, guys, this is not the original stream that I wanted to react to, but it's part of it, right? It's like a segment. It's a 45-minute segment of it. The original stream I wanted to react to, she deleted. She deleted all of her recent streams for the last 9 days because people were reacting to it and realizing and calling her out because she was actually melting down, like damn near crying. So if it's not in this video, I will find you the clip so you can see it yourself. I know I could get you the clip, but I wanted to get you the whole stream. But this is okay because we're going to find out just how full of shit shills are. Here we go.
So Mass Effect is in production, early production, granted, but BioWare is not closing. They're focusing on Mass Effect, which is a huge weight on Mass Effect, because if Mass Effect doesn't perform, then I don't know how they're going to recover. But let's read on. BioWare is developing the next Mass Effect game under the...
Oh, quite simply, they're just not going to recover. They're just not going to recover. That's the answer, right? Like if Mass Effect does not perform, which it probably won't, but if Mass Effect does not perform, they're fucked. To be fair, if BioWare was any other studio, they would be fucked anyway. The fact that EA has kept BioWare alive after 3 massive failures over the spanning of 15 years is absolutely nuts. It is nuts that EA is subsidizing this failure of a fucking studio that is no longer who they have been in the past. They are not the BioWare of yesterday. They haven't been the BioWare of yesterday for a long time. And the fact that they are still around, bro, that studio should have been shut down ages ago. That studio should have been shut down when Anthem fucking flopped, in my opinion. As much as I love Dragon Age and Mass Effect, I already knew that there was no way that modern day BioWare was ever going to be able to produce a good Dragon Age, especially after we realized that it was in development hell for so many years. Yeah, fair enough. It's not going to happen.
Leadership of veterans from the original trilogy, but not the people that wrote it. Not the people that wrote it, though, right? Not the people that wrote it. So think of all the...
Did you see that chat? Did you see that chat? Look at this. Mythicality cosplay in her Twitch chat says, I banned his bigot ass. That is what people in her chat are worried about. Bigots. Instead of worried about the fucking situation. And bro, what did she get? Like 10 viewers a stream? How many bigots did you possibly ban?
That wrote it. So think of all the characters that the devs who have been let go wrote. Like didn't Trick Weeks co-write Garrus Vicarian? Morden fucking Solus? What veterans are still there? Let's read more. So
just so you know, if you care so much about the veterans that were there at BioWare, the last thing you would have told them to do would be to advocate for a game built around Division that was only trying to adhere to 2% or less of the population. If you really cared about them, if you weren't such a narcissist and wanted everything to be about you, and wanted everybody to care about your social cause and your identity and your gender and your sex and all this shit, then perhaps you would not have told them to advocate for that. Maybe it's not in the best interest. Because it's absolutely fucking insane that you wanted to sacrifice all of these industry veterans and a massive studio on the altar of representation that nobody gives a fuck about. Even less now than ever.
Including Mike Gamble, recently tweeting replies to Elon Musk, but that's neither here nor there. Preston, I'm not going to try and butcher people's names, but Derek Watts and Parishley and others not listed here. These are the only ones that matter, apparently.
Guys, like the stream. We almost had 1,000 on YouTube. That is fantastic. We are killing it lately. Every stream is at 1,000 plus. Thank you guys so much, man. The support is insane. as we go into 2025. Just doing what we do, man. I mean, look at the victories already. It's only 1 month. It's insane.
In keeping with our fierce commitment to innovating during the development and delivery of Mass Effect, we have challenged ourselves to think deeply about delivering the best experience for our fans, but not us. Not us. No, fuck your representation. You guys don't get it.
Oh man, I wish I could play the. You know what? I'm gonna play just a snippet. I have to.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
All right, I just had to play. I had to play a little bit. I'm sorry. I had to play a little bit. Fuck us. Yeah, exactly, man. What the fuck? Nobody cares about your representation. I don't even care about being represented. It's not about being represented. It's about making a good fucking game. Make a good game, man. Make an actual real Dragon Age game, not make a game that's made for you to see yourself in it. Nobody cares if you can fucking see yourself in it. This is why the game flopped. Let's go back. I need to hear that one more time. That was really good.
About delivering the best experience for our fans, but not us.
What is so bad about a company saying they want to deliver the best experience to their fans, bro? Are you not their fans? Are you not an actual fan of BioWare? Are you secretly exposing yourself right now? You were only a fan of BioWare so long as they advocated for your representation. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Because that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. It sounds to me that your narcissism has led you to not care about this company unless they openly say they care about you. Come on, bro. What are we doing? You really admitting this right now?
Not us. No, fuck your representation. You guys don't get it.
My thing is, you know what's funny? So here's a hilarious thing about this. The level of melting down that Eddie is having right now in this stream. Has anybody heard anything about Mass Effect and whether or not there's going to be anything woke in it yet? Has anybody heard anything? Has anybody even seen a fucking trailer, gameplay snippets, characters, anything? This fucking woman is melting down right now. For all she knows, Mass Effect could be woke as fuck. From a modern day standpoint, Mass Effect could have trans scars. You could be able to make a trans shepherd. You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. So you're already assuming that BioWare is like, oh, fuck you guys. We don't care about your representation. You have no idea. So how are you melting down at this point yet? You haven't even seen a trailer yet. You already know that Mass Effect has had gay relationships in the past before. You already know Mass Effect has been, for all intents and purposes, pretty progressive. Even if it's in a way that the writing is very good, which it was. It's not like modern day woke slop. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you sitting there melting down over this? I don't understand. Why are you melting down right now? You don't know anything.
Sure. We are taking this opportunity between full development cycles to reimagine how we work at BioWare. To reimagine how we work at BioWare is a red flag to me for a multitude of reasons.
Oh, me, please. Tell me why it's a red flag. Tell me this is ironic. This is ironic, folks. You want to know why this is ironic? I'll tell you. Because the person who advocates for reimagining franchises that have existed long before they decided to be a tourist in them, they're all for reimagining those franchises and making them into something they are not, which is what Veilguard is. But now that BioWare wants to reimagine how they work at BioWare, now suddenly that's a red flag? And then you get mad when we say that reimagine is a red flag for us? Bro, what's this rules for Lee but not for me bullshit that's going on right now, man? Because we say that all the time. Reimagining, that's a red flag usually. When a studio says they want to reimagine an established IP, you already know that's going to end bad for the most part, right? So same thing here. Now all of a sudden it's okay for you to say it? Interesting.
What are you reimagining? Are you reimagining storytelling or are you reimagining other things?
Look at the panic. Look at the panic in the eyes. Did you see the eyes? Hold on, go back.
Storytelling or are you reimagining other things.
Look at the look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face. She's like, "Are you? What are you reimagining? What are you reimagining? Don't reimagine me. No, I already did that once. I already reimagined myself as a man. You can't do it to me again." The crazy eyes, bro. Holy shit. That's insane.
Do you know what I mean? Are you reimagining how the game works? Because EA have been trying to make Dragon Age a multi-online player game now for years. That's what they wanted for Veilguard. They wanted it to be an online multiplayer game until they scrapped it. So, like, is that what... Are we getting... I swear to God, if Mass Effect turns into a multiplayer online game... But maybe they're just reimagining what they want for their storytelling. Maybe they're just reimagining other...
You're talking about reimagining gameplay. My guy. They said they're going to reimagine. They're going to reimagine the way that they work at BioWare, not the fucking gameplay or what the games are or whatever. Why are you talking about the game and the gameplay when that's not even what they're talking about right now? My guy. I'm being sarcastic, folks. Come on. You don't have sarcasm sensors on today? What's wrong with you guys?
Things, but let's stay calm and keep reading. I'm sure it'll explain itself in a minute. Given this stage of development, we don't... Oh, where's my tea? We don't require support from the full studio. Cool. So move them to other projects. Move them into other things. A lot of the devs that wrote Dragon Age also write Mass Effect. So just move them over to Mass Effect, right? Nah.
No, not right. Not right. Unifade, no. Where's your multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar business, Unifadewalker? If it was just that easy, if it was that easy to move over employees from a shuttering studio into other studios that are already full, they wouldn't be shuttering the fucking studio to begin with. They would just keep the studio open. If the Edmonton studio was able to be provided for by other studios, then EA would not just close them down. They would just keep them open. You realize that by them closing down the studios because they cannot support that many employees anymore. So why the fuck would they move over everybody into other studios? You just want to keep the bloat in the company. You would rather run your company with ideology than run your company with any actual business sense, which is why Dragon Age Veilguard failed in the first place. Because somebody was running the company like that, or at least the video game like that, and their name was Corin Bush, who you're friends with, by the way, who you took a nice little selfie with. So I don't get it. I don't get it. These people do not run businesses with an actual business mindset. They run it with their emotions. They run it with their emotions. And this is why they make no money.
No. You're right to smell bullshit. We have incredible talent here, but none of that woke shit at BioWare.
How do you know that? That's my thing. Look at this meltdown right now. This person is melting down and assuming that BioWare is not going to be woke anymore or not going to provide you a woke video game in Mass Effect anymore, all because they fired the Dragon Age Veilguard studio. They fired the studio because the studio fucking failed on a video game and lost them hundreds of millions of dollars because they pandered to you instead of pandering to gamers. Nobody's asking them to pander to any one ideology. Just make the fucking video game that we were expecting when it came to a Dragon Age game. Everybody and their mother can look at Dragon Age Veilguard and tell themselves that is not a Dragon Age game. You know, it's pretty easy. Anybody with a brain can see that, right? So you are asking them to keep the fat of a company that has proven that they are incapable of doing a job properly and lost EA hundreds of millions of dollars. You think they're just going to keep their jobs? You think most of them are just going to keep their jobs by doing that? Again, stop assuming that Mass Effect and BioWare are not going to be woke. I cannot believe you're actually assuming that right now. And you're melting down and you're making all of these assumptions that the company's abandoning you and leaving you behind and fuck representation. And bro, you guys are so angry that Veilguard failed. You're so angry that you have to take it on the chin. You're so angry because you were all on Twitter trying to convince everybody that this game was a massive success. All of you guys, all of you shills, this person, Jason Schreier, all of them. You were like, get woke, go to the top of the charts. No, you went broke and you're fired. You went broke and you're fired, and that's your fucking fault. Did you actually support Dragon Age Veilguard? No, you didn't buy the game. You got it for free. You got all that swag for free. You got that free collector's edition. You got everything for free. So you can't even sit here and pretend like you supported the fucking game. It's so ridiculous, bro. It's insane.
And so we have worked diligently over the past few months to match many of our colleagues with other teams at EA that had open roles that were a strong fit, but not the writers, though. Now, fuck the writers. I know that some of the...
What, do you know these writers personally? Are you that angry? You know why she's angry that the writers are not being kept? Because the writers are the ones that made the game fucking woke. The writers are the one that implemented all that trauma dumping therapist nonsense that was in Veilguard between Tosh and all the characters, to be honest with you. The reason why the game felt like one big therapy session for gender ideology is because of the writers. So she's angry that the writers got fired because they're the ones that put in the representation and all that nonsense. On top of the, listen, it was a whole team, but still, the writers are the one that put it all together. So she's angry as fuck that the writers are not going to be on Mass Effect.
Did get moved over to other projects, but I don't think they got moved over to Mass Effect. But I can't say that for sure. That's pure speculation. But today's news...
Guys, we're at 524 likes and almost 1,100 people watching. Come on, guys. Take 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I know it's a little bit annoying. If you can. If you can't, that's okay. Your finger's fat. I understand. Just hit that like button. Smack the shit out of it. Come on.
We'll see BioWare become more agile. What the fuck does that mean? More agile?
Agile, meaning that the company is going to focus on being more diligent and quick with their work and ensuring that they are fast to what they need to do instead of being slow and just fucking up and being in development hell for 10 years. For 10 years. That's not agile, right? If you are in development hell for over 10 years, that's anything other than agile. So clearly what they mean is they're trimming the fat from the company. They're getting rid of the people who were not producing, and they're going to become more agile. That's what it means. Now let's see what it means to the shill. Let's see.
What, they're going to be doing fucking cartwheels or something?
Oh my
focused
God. Oh my
studio,
God.
A more agile and focused studio.
Oh my God.
That produces unforgettable RPGs. You've already produced unforgettable RPGs, and
lies. Their last 3 RPGs have in fact been forgettable. Their last 3 RPGs have in fact been forgettable. Andromeda, forgettable. Anthem literally doesn't exist anymore. Dragon Age Veilguard, forgettable. People have already forgot about the game and moved on. So no, they have been producing forgettable RPGs. Their RPGs in the past, the ones that people actually enjoyed, those are the ones that are unforgettable.
You know who fucking wrote them? Everyone you fucking laid off. We appreciate your support as we build a new future for BioWare.
That's not true, because the majority of the people that worked on the original Dragon Age games and Mass Effect games are no longer there. Sure, you have a couple of people that are longtime people that have been there forever, but that's still one amongst hundreds of people that were there initially and that are now no longer there.
Where fucking Gary McKay, or if he was Scottish, it would be Gary Mackay, but he's not. So, general manager at BioWare. Now, like I said, this is a whole lot of corporate bullshit from BioWare right now, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate being spoken to like I'm fucking thick as shit, because there's been unrest.
They're not speaking to you like you're thick as shit. Why are you taking this so personal from BioWare? She's reading this as if BioWare sent her this statement. Bro, get over yourself. Fucking narcissist, bro. But like, BioWare doesn't even know you exist at this point. They fired everybody that knew you existed. That's the whole reason why you're melting down at this point. They fired your best friend, Corin Bush, and now you're so angry over it. Bro, this is sad. I really do feel bad to a small extent. I'm like, damn, there are people out here that shilled so hard that they really believed that a company cared about them and their social cause. Imagine thinking that a corporation gives a fuck about you, the individual. A massive corporation like that. That's insane to me. I don't think I've ever seen someone even in real life have that level of delusion. But that's delusional.
And again, pure speculation. But from what we've seen, hold on, wait. Okay, hold on. A bit of insight into coding. Agile is a coding methodology that revolves around building incrementally in short cycles, referred to as sprint.
Wow.
Okay, I will let that one slide. But
you will let that, bro. This is
I thought we were going to do a dexterity saving throw here as we jump through all of these fucking hoops to try and
go back.
Okay, I will let that one slide. But
what the fuck?
Holy shit.
Dude, this is scary. This is scary, bro. First the crazy eyes. And now we got the Joker laugh. Dude, this is scary, bro.
I thought we were going to do a dexterity saving throw here as they jump through all of these fucking hoops to try and convince us that they've not just laid off all of their writers, like every single one. Forgetting who got them there in the first place. Incrementally.
What do you mean forgetting who got them there in the first place? That person said that in the chat. Are you insane? The people that made Dragon Age and got the Dragon Age franchise to where it is not you woke motherfuckers. You people weren't even around grifting on your gender identity at the time. You weren't even doing that. You were just regular people. Or maybe you were gay. That's it. How are you going to try to pretend as if Bioware is turning their backs on the ones who made them? Bro, that's what they did with Veilguard. They turned their backs on the ones who made them as a studio. And they paid the price for it. A big price. So now they're trying to pivot and go back to what made them successful in the first place. Whether that's going to work out for them or not, who knows? But to sit here and pretend like you guys were the ones who did it, bro, that's insane, man.
Thank you. I swear English is my first language. Content. I think what hurts most about this is how much hate the devs and fandom have had to deal with pre and post Veilguard. It's a final kick in the balls. Well, exactly. Like if you're in a situation where you're getting inundated with disquiet, shall we say, to say it as politely as possible, then why would you fucking stay? If there's better opportunities for you elsewhere in an environment where you can make the games that you want to make and not be crushed for it, then you would move on. I totally understand that. Less fantasy games, more sci-fi.
Oh, that's called making your own games, right? I've always advocated and said, listen, if you want to make your own game, your own franchise that's woke as fuck from the ground up, do it. It's America, baby. Do it. It's capitalism. You're allowed to do whatever you want in that aspect. But see, the people is that we have a big problem with you co-opting franchises that were not woke. They had good storytelling, good characters, good everything, good gameplay. You guys are co-opting known franchises that are successful off of the backs of gamers, thinking you could take it over, fuck with it, and that it's going to be successful and you're going to rake in the cash for it? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Not at all. Not at all. Very rarely does that happen. Very rarely. Very rarely.
Fiction games. I don't know though. It's weird wording to say, hey, we fired a lot of people and now we're just going to, but why were the, so like, let's backtrack for a split second. Most of the diverse representative writers are now gone. So why are these people left? Like,
because it very clearly says, you dumb motherfucker, it says Mass Effect game, is under the leadership of veterans from the original trilogy, including Mike Gamble, Preston, Derek, Parrish Lay, and others, which means that they've built up the merit with the company for the company to trust them with Mass Effect, considering that they've been around for the entire trilogy, you dumb motherfucker. They've been around for the entire trilogy, so they can at least have some level of common sense.